Welcome to the Vape at 5. Today we have the Vape Hot Tub. Got a couple people here with me today. How's everybody doing? Got Mr. M.Terk. What's happening, Turk? How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
What's going on, guys? How's it all going?
And
hey, Mike, glad you're here.
And my co-partner, as always, the ever hunky, ever loving, sensuous, Mr. Hunky Charlie. What's up, Charlie?
What's up, guys?
So we got Mr. M.Terk on today to talk a little bit about what we gonna talk about, Mike. Talk about a little bit about some advocacy. About
for sure, yeah. With everything's going on right now, I definitely would like to talk about that a little bit.
Hell yeah, and we got to talk about the Terk RDA, which I am absolutely loving. How's things been going with that so far?
It's been going really good. It's going really good. I'm just about out of stainless. I think I only have about 100 or 200 stainless left out of the batch of 10,000. So they definitely they went pretty good.
10,000?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, man.
That's a lot of units to move.
That is a lot. That's a ton of units for an RDA. That's a ton.
Definitely very happy with how it's definitely gone. So I got colors I'm working on. Colors are coming next. I got some color samples. I totally forgot, actually. I just remembered. Wow, I ordered them like
I think if you look at Vaping Bogan's thumbnail for his video, he's got the red one.
Yeah, he's got a red one. He's got one that was actually custom made by Palmer's Powders on Instagram. He made me like 4 caps, all different. I got white. I got a sick one right here, actually. Let me show you real quick.
Sure.
Wait. It's white with a black splatter on it.
Wow.
I like black and white, so this is the one that I kept for myself. There's a green one that I have to send to Nick still. I've been a little sidetracked. And Bogan wanted that red one, so I was like, yeah, dude, you can take it, absolutely.
That's gorgeous, man. Love it.
Yeah,
so
I found him on. I found Palmer's on Instagram as soon as I saw that video. I'm gonna send him probably an RDA. I think I'm gonna buy a Kennedy and have him see if he can do the Kennedy Vindicator.
Yeah, hit him up. I'm sure he'd do custom stuff. I might even send him my tube. I've been using this God mod tube. I might send him this to have him coat it.
So how does he do it? Is he like is it like electroplated?
Powder coating, I believe he's doing.
So it's basically like baked on / electroplated.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
It's durable as shit.
All right. Well, hey, Mike, I really appreciate you coming on here and joining us today, man. I'm glad that we're going to talk a little bit about some advocacy stuff. We hadn't really talked about it in the past, and it's getting to the point now where it feels like, there's always that saying that impending doom of regulation that's coming, and it feels like that's been getting thrown around for quite a while now. But is it really that time now? Is it really the time that it's really coming now, and that everybody needs to people need to start stepping up and doing their part in order to try to stop everything that's happening?
Yeah, if we're going to have any chance of fighting this, I think that's going to be our best bet.
I'll tell you, I got today I got a review request from Blue, and I think Blue is owned by, is it Alteria? What are they called? Alteria, I believe
Altria. I'm not 100% sure myself, but that's how I hear most people say it, is Altria.
And if they're coming down to me for reviews, that means they must be going to everybody, trying to get these products out. It's scary, man. It's scary when that kind of big money and big tobacco gets behind something. It's terrifying because there's no way to really fight it. Money carries a lot of weight.
Money carries the most weight, for sure, and that's the thing. Nobody's organized enough on our end of it to really fight back.
Do you see? So what about the advocacy, CASA and the advocacy groups? Are you working with any of those, or have you talked with any of those?
I haven't spoken to any of them yet, honestly, because, I mean, they're doing their whole part of it where they're taking money and they're going out and they're doing the groundwork where they're looking into things and they're going out to meetings and all that stuff, whereas I want to kind of look at the other end of it, start getting our message out there. I'm really interested. I've been thinking about doing billboards for, like, months now, and it's something that I really want to kind of get going with. I feel like we should try to pool our money together as a vaping community and try to get some billboards in key locations and start putting our own messages up on there to start trying to put a different thought into these people's heads, because they're only watching what they're seeing on the news and media, and it's just
exactly right. They're hearing one message and that's it, and that's a problem. I love that idea.
It's huge.
I think, just to clarify, I think Blue may be owned by Imperial. I think RJ Reynolds is who bought Blue's company, and then they did some kind of deal with Imperial because of the whole antitrust thing or the fact that they had another brand, something like that. So
just as bad.
Yeah,
just as bad. I mean, any kind of tobacco company that's getting involved in this, and you knew it was coming.
Yep.
You know, it's funny because people who don't know about vaping, and even people who smoke, anytime you're seeing a negative ad or you're saying it's causing seizures or there's things in your brain, it's causing all this stuff, you know, not only is that possibly killing that person, especially if they are a smoker, but it's putting thoughts in their, you know, in their mouth, in their head that they're sending out to other people. So any kind of propaganda, and I don't even say propaganda, but any kind of truth that we can spread, I mean, it has to be, and I think billboards are fantastic. I really do. That's a great way to communicate.
The only reason why I'm saying billboards is because I don't really know any other ways. I mean, for us to get into the actual like news channels, it's going to cost us either millions of dollars if we can even do it, and if they'll even run it, if they'll allow it. I feel like it's so controlled by all the politicians and government as well as it is. I mean, I feel like billboards, those companies will take money from anybody to put whatever advertisement they want up. I just think it's a matter of putting the right message up in the right locations. And I don't really know what that right message may be, but I'm asking everybody to kind of pull together to help out here. Any people that are good in advertising or people who have that in the background that would know what kind of messages to put up and keep them short and sweet to where it gets to the point. I'm asking everybody to step forward. I mean, I kind of need everybody's help here because I can't do all this myself.
Absolutely not. Yeah, you shouldn't have to. I mean, you'd go bankrupt trying to do it.
Well, I absolutely, I don't have the means to do it, but I have the ideas in my head of what I want to do. I just need people to pretty much help out for the most part.
And, you know, you're in an area, too, that it's a high traffic area. It's a high area of influence for the rest of the country. We're talking about the Northeast, New Jersey, New York area.
New York area, yeah.
So
I went up to New York yesterday. I was scoping out billboards all over the city. We were driving all over Brooklyn. We didn't get to into Manhattan last night, but I'm definitely going to take another trip back up there. And I've been trying to scope out and get as much intel as I can of where a good location would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm wasting days out of my time to try and go and do the groundwork for it. So that's why I need other people to help step forward and help me do the artwork for it or the advertising aspect for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I saw the one. So the one that I saw was the one in Vegas, and I know you mentioned the one at the state ban in California, Charlie.
Yeah.
So
SB 38 statewide flavor ban.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
In California.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And California, it just went through the public health committee. And the statewide flavor ban actually was voted for 8-0 in that committee to go forward to the assembly floor. And we're looking at seeing it on the assembly floor in weeks. We're not talking about a situation where we have a year or until August 8th, 2022 or whatever. This is going to be voted on soon, and it's really good. It's going to take people getting involved. And I know there's a lot of people that talk about the money needs to come from the manufacturers, not from consumers, but consumers have to get involved.
Yeah, it needs to come from everybody, as far as I'm concerned.
Even if it's just sitting through an assembly meeting or going to the Capitol, they've got to see that we exist. They've got to see something besides these microphone moms.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to tell you, I don't, and this is just my thought on this, but just through the history of politics and things like that, it's not gonna really change until they're losing votes.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
right.
Because anything they can do. Anything they can do and get away with, they're going to do it. And if people aren't pushing them, you know, through the voting process to get them out and get people in there, and that's going to be hard because we are such a minority.
How do you find somebody who's better than the last? You know what I mean? I feel like
that's the thing.
Problem in our country for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
You know, I find a few that come through that might actually have a kind heart and do it for a good cause. But I feel like the most of them treat it like a job. You know, they see how much contributions they can get from all these companies, and they treat it like a job while they're in office until they're gone. And I don't think
a good heart can do a lot, but it's not going to pay for a campaign. Somebody's got to pay for that campaign.
Yeah,
of course.
Absolutely, man. And I'll tell you this too: once they get into Washington, it's a whole. I'm sure. Like, I don't know anything about Washington as far as being down there, but I'm sure it's a whole nother fucking game down there, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so. It's hard to stay true to your roots and your thoughts when you're down. You know, once you get in that environment and money is getting thrown at you, it's got to be hard. So
yeah, absolutely.
I can understand it. Boy, we got a few people coming in chat today to see you, Mike. Everybody's saying hey. Do you got the chat up?
I'm sorry, everybody in the chat. I haven't gotten the chat up yet. I got sidetracked. We started talking about advocacy, and that's been my main focus lately. I haven't even, I get questions through my DMs, and I answer them the same as always. But I'm so much more happy nowadays to see advocacy stuff coming through. People saying that I'm happy you're putting the fire into us to get us all going with this, and that's what I want to see more people doing. I mean, questions are good and everything, but like I haven't thought about my own business now in over a week. I've just been so hell-bent on this, and it's driving me crazy. It really is, because when I get locked onto something like that, like I have a hard time letting go. It's it's the addict in me. It just it makes me just keep going, and I don't know how to stop. So that's why I'm hoping that everybody kind of jumps on this wave and starts helping out, because we really need it for sure.
Absolutely, I think people are. I don't know how big of an audience can be reached through this medium, through YouTube, but I know that pretty much everybody that's in the YouTube area is trying to do things.
Oh, absolutely. And between all of us, we have a huge reach. We really do. Between everybody, because everybody has different followings and stuff like that. And if everybody shares all the same information around it, it makes it so that everybody gets a chance to see it. If it's only me, or if it's only you, or if it's only a couple other people doing it, it's not everybody's going to get a chance to see it, because we're not capturing the full amount of vaping audience to the potential that we can. I mean, we all care about this industry. It's a matter. It's time for doing something about it, And I'm trying to think of ways to make it easy on people, like copy and pasting your story into your notes, so you could just literally click the emails in our stories as they pop through. We put swipe up links to it, so it brings you right there. Like we're trying to do all the work for everybody. We just need people to take the steps and help out at the same time.
It makes me wonder too. It's like, I don't want to be that group of people that say, remember how it was back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to be the way that vaping ends up going. And I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it going. I hate to be, a pessimist here, but I don't know. I just don't see it going any other way. But then it being controlled by like 2 or 3 major companies.
Major companies, which is what they're moving towards doing it now. We're seeing the evidence clear as day. It's coming from one state to another. Every single day there's something new. And that's the route they're taking. We see it, so it's time to step up and stop.
And unfortunately, I don't think it's pessimistic, but it's realistic to see that everything vaping the way we know it may become black market, and we may have to do things black market and small scale, more like the high end market.
And it's a shame that they're going to push us to do that, because they could just not tax us out of existence and catch something from it. But they're going to push us to be like the prohibition, like it was.
Well, we don't have to make it easy on the motherfuckers, is the way I see it.
No, we should do everything in our power to make it as hard as possible, because we all should care about this industry. At least I do.
It kind of makes me think of, and this sounds kind of weird, but you know how you hear these, not wanting to say conspiracy theories, guys, but you hear people yelling out about things, you kind of just overlook it and things like that. But then when you really listen to what they're saying, it's like they're saying this politician did this and this, and this is what happened because of that. And a lot of times I scheme over that. But being in the middle of it and seeing what's actually happening and understanding, it's a completely different deal. It's infuriating. Mm-hmm. It's infuriating because you're just they give you, I've emailed senators for state of Ohio, and we actually have one good one. But then our other one was the one who was trying to run for president. He's just a fucking complete goof. Yeah. And he sent back this whole thing about how kids are vaping and things like that. And it's just this whole it was almost a condescending type argument. And I'm just what you're so full of shit. And then you look at his we're talking about the website where you can look and see where all their donations come from.
Yeah.
And I looked at his donations, and it literally is four pharmaceutical companies are at the top. And it's you're not going to get this guy to say anything different. You know what I mean?
Because he's getting money to say something some way. That's it. He ain't going to get that money if he says something different. And that's what I mean. I feel like they treat it like a job.
Absolutely, man. So how do you feel? So, Mike, I didn't know. Now, I told you were coming on the show. Did you know it was going to be the hot tub? Did you know that you were getting it?
I had no idea. I had no idea what I was signing myself up for. I was like, yeah, dude, if you want to have me on your show, I would love to talk about advocacy for a little bit. Absolutely. So I didn't matter to me where I was going to be, honestly. I just wanted to be somewhere and try to get people fired up in some way. That's all I've been doing for the last week. Like I said, I've been locked onto this.
I know. So you're in the hot tub with 2 other guys, just so you know.
Yeah, well, I guess so. I saw the picture. The picture kind of was like, whoa, wait, what do we got going on?
You think it's gonna be like me and Charlie are going to show it with no shirts on?
What do you mean? I'm in a hot tub right now, you mean?
You're in the
No.
vape hot tub.
But we're in a chat right now, you mean?
Well,
We're
yeah.
so-
You're not really in a hot tub.
Okay, you're confusing Chloe next to me. Chloe's like, wait, are they in a hot tub right now? Where can I see this?
We're in a hot
I'm
tub.
all excited.
Hi, Chloe. We're the
You brought me food because I forget to eat while I'm so hell-bent on
Dude, go ahead and eat, man. This is, like I said, you're in the hot tub. You can relax.
I can't. I'm fired up. I can't even eat yet, so I'm good. Don't worry about it.
I'm the same way, man. I get like that too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What
It's just-
Go
I
ahead.
do the worst thing possible. I eat right before I go to sleep.
yeah, that's same way. I eat a ton of food, and then I literally pass out from eating the amount of food that I eat, and then I wake up the next morning and I start my day.
Yeah, me too. That's what I do.
I eat before I go to bed. I eat when I wake up. And then I eat like 2 hours later. And I eat like 3 hours after that. I eat like 4 times a day. It's fantastic.
You're like a little snacker. You eat a little snack throughout the whole day?
Not
No, you eat
snacks.
meals.
These are
Meals.
meals. I had pot roast for lunch. I had a
I'm
pot
gonna
roast for
I'm
lunch.
gonna hang out with you then for a bit. Fatten me up.
Yeah, you should. Mike, come
Come
over.
on.
You haven't met Veronica yet. Veronica's a fantastic cook, my wife.
Yeah.
And I know Chloe is too. Chloe, that's not a shot at anybody. I'm just saying,
Chloe
but
was- she
Veronica
wasn't
likes to
looking
cook with
at me,
starch
don't worry.
and butter.
He's saying his wife's a fantastic cook, but he was saying that he knows you're a fantastic cook too.
I know Chloe's a fantastic cook. But Veronica cooks a little different. We cook this. This is like Midwestern Southern food over here.
Midwestern, Southern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you have to have at least 3 carbs at every meal.
Carbs in every meal.
You have to.
I like that.
This because I thought it was mine, so it's not. There's not like
No.
that.
You gotta have gravy. You gotta have you gotta have potatoes, and you gotta have corn. Probably.
That sounds like something for me. Absolutely.
That's how we eat here. Yeah, I had pot roast for lunch, and then for dinner I'm gonna have probably tacos. Which
Tacos?
tacos are fantastic.
I love tacos all the time. I haven't had tacos in a minute, honey. Actually, when's the next time you're making them?
Tacos.
Oh, she just bought shells. Look, that works out.
And
Matt
you practice.
Matt Gunther, real quick, can you post your idea again in chat? I'm trying to scroll up and I'm not catching it. Just repost it and I'll watch for it. We'll talk about it.
The and you practice. You're practicing vegan, right? So you're very healthy. How you guys eat?
We've both been eating vegan for how long now, honey? 3.5 years.
That's
We've been eating this way.
you notice a huge difference.
That's where I feel like I get all my energy from. You see, I'm a little high energy right now. Like that's where I feel like I get most of my energy from. I stopped drinking coffee when we went into this lifestyle as well, or at least a year or so ago. I stopped drinking coffee, and once I cut that out, I felt like I had tons of energy. 'Cause I didn't feel
Seriously?
yeah, well, I
Wow.
didn't wake up feeling sluggish every morning anymore. I loved coffee. Trust me, I had it every single day since I was a kid. I loved it. I loved it black. I liked it with cream and sugar, and I liked it every which way. But after I took it out of my system, I would wake up in the morning time, and I noticed I felt real good. I would just be able to get up, put my clothes on, take a shower, whatever, and be out the door without a problem. But when I was having coffee, I never really felt like I was good until after I drank it. And then even after I drank it, I just kind of felt like, it just leaves like a nasty taste in your mouth for the rest of the day while you're working. And for me, at least, I don't know. And then I kind of gave it up, and yeah, I feel like I have more energy now.
I'll tell you, I've given up a lot of things in my life. A lot of things, like gone through and given things. I don't know if I could give up coffee. It'd be
I felt
hard.
the same way. I felt the same way about cigarettes. I felt the same way about
Ooh,
coffee. I felt the same way
cigarettes.
about other things too. But honestly, it becomes like a challenge. It's almost like what can I cut out of my life that I don't need no more? You know what I mean? What can I do that, for me at least, I wanted to see how many things I could just eliminate.
You know,
worked. You're a fucking machine. You
yeah.
can see that just on your lives.
Fruit and vegetables, that's what you need. Fruit and vegetables gives you all the energy you need.
Charlie, you think you could cut out gravy out of your life? Are you a gravy guy?
I like gravy.
I like gravy.
If I really had to, I could probably cut out gravy.
No, you could.
Bread, I couldn't. I don't think it happened for me.
Bread?
But I don't think gravy's not. It's not that it's not vegan, right? Does it got meat and stuff in gravy?
Chicken stock normally, or beef stock.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Which I don't know what. I have no idea what that even is.
Because you
Is
can make most of that stuff in a vegan manner and still have the same consistencies that you're looking for without having like
I'm watching it in the other room. I should just because I'm watching the chat. It's like you can't follow.
You can't follow. Oh yeah, you're in here. Just listen.
That's what I'm saying. I might just.
Join the show, Chloe. We can talk about we can talk about gravy and things like that.
No, I'm thinking gravy like Italian gravy.
She's thinking like
marinara.
Italian gravy, like marinara sauce. Like,
Marinara.
yeah.
That was
thought you were
something when I lived out there and people would talk about, you got to get noodles and gravy. And I'd be like, gravy? Because, of course, I'm thinking like brown
Yeah, you're
gravy
thinking
or.
brown gravy.
And they're like, no, it's the gravy. You got to have the gravy, tomato sauce. I'm like, oh, okay.
I had someone sneak me one time when I was a kid, and I haven't had it since. It really fucked with my head. But a friend of mine was like, "Yeah, come over to our house. We're having dinner and stuff." And I was like, "All right, what are you eating?" Because I'm kind of a picky eater, you know. And his mom was like, "Biscuits and gravy." So I was like, "All right, I'm down with that. I could do biscuits and gravy." So I'm thinking it's gonna be like white Southern gravy, maybe some sausage with it, and I get there and they serve it, and it's freaking biscuits with tomatoes on top, like red gravy, like tomato gravy. And I hate vegetables anyway, so I get all these, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the gravy?
I've never heard of that. I have never heard of that, Charlie.
I never heard of biscuits and gravy, like red sauce gravy.
I haven't touched it since. It was horrible. It like traumatized me.
Traumatized you? Do you want to talk about Charlie? We can take a couple minutes out. We're in the hot tub. You want to talk about it? We can. You, me, and Mike. We can work this out right now.
I still don't eat mushy tomatoes, man.
No, you don't like tomatoes, huh? I don't know. So I know a lot of people have problems with tomatoes, but I love the way that they taste. They're so sweet. You know what I mean? Especially when you have them when they're growing like in your own garden, and you pull them right off the vine yourself, and you bite into it, man. It's so much better than the shit you get in the stores.
I feel like Jeremiah Johnson, Mountain Man.
What is it?
I feel like Jeremiah Johnson.
Yeah, if you did that.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would cook your own food.
Yeah, absolutely. Try to make as much as you try to make as much of your own food as you can.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
when Scott had you on one day, we did the Instagram thing. I was like gonna go through to try to find pictures that other people hadn't reposted yet.
Yeah.
And I'm going through, and it's like Chloe making the gardening boxes.
She was building the boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the drill and shit. I was like, hell yeah, that was awesome to see.
I remember that.
We're always doing
You
stuff
gotta
like that.
make your own boxes this year. I don't feel like making them. You can make them. They're all saying you gotta make them. Took one thing off my list. Thanks, bro.
Veronica made one too last year. Made a gardening box. Yeah.
Honestly, they sell them where you just kind of what was that company we bought them from? They were like what was it? What was the wood they were made out of? Cedar. It was all cedar wood. It did kind of suck, but it was really easy to put together. It gave you like these blocks, and then it gave you these planks, and they kind of just locked right into themselves, and you kind of just make the whole thing around like a little thing, and then you just fill it up with dirt. Huh? Wayfair? Yeah, Wayfair. You can just buy
Wayfair.
no.
Yeah, I've heard of Wayfair.
Yeah, they work pretty good for stuff
We
like
built
that.
some too. We have a huge yard, but we wanted to be able to control the soil better, so we built boxes. I'm pretty sure Jennifer overpopulated it because she was like, "Well, we have room. Why not do 300 tomato plants?"
Yeah, you can't put that many. That's a lot.
So here's the question that they had. It said, Matt asked about some of the bigger names in advocacy going on to Joe Rogan.
And I've kicked this idea around some too. I think it's a great idea if we could find a way to get on there. Hell, as crazy as Alex Jones is, some of the ideas he's got are legit. These conspiracy theories. I think
That's a good idea. You think that dude would do it?
anyone we could get in front of would help us.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, that's big time. Joe Rogan gets like hundreds of thousands of viewers at a time, like millions of views.
Probably listens to him all the time. You think we can do that though? You think that guy would do that? That's a great idea. You know?
I don't think he would.
No, you paid him enough money, you don't think?
Somebody, I think the right person in our community with the right ties, I think he would do it in a heartbeat. I just don't know who that person is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, and that's another thing, Mike, is like there's, and I don't want to say this against anybody by any means, but who is our advocacy person? Do you know?
I know, I feel the same way. I mean, there's people that do advocacy stuff all the time. Like, I know there's definitely a bunch of reviewers that do advocacy stuff. There's people on Instagram that post it, but I don't think people posting it enough. You know what I mean? Because the stats that come back from it are terrible. And I feel like most people care so much about their pages and their numbers, they don't want to post stuff like that. Like, even on my page, like, I posted a couple advocacy posts. They might get like 100 or 200 likes.
Yep.
And they're surrounded by photos that are getting like 1,000 likes that are just pictures of fucking products. You know what I mean?
But there's definitely, I mean, the VTA is doing a lot. They've got their pros and cons like any other organization, but they have been doing a lot. The state organizations are crazy important right now. Everyone should at least be familiar with who they are in your state, whether it's SPATA or a branch of the VTA. There's a guy on Facebook everyone should follow, Fig Ramsey. He runs a program with juice manufacturers called Vape Tithing that just gives a ton of cash to advocacy programs, works with manufacturers to support advocacy, and then helps spread those manufacturers to shops to sell their products.
Well, that's good.
And a lot of shops are supporting them. So it's an amazing program. I think they've given 40 grand this year so far in 2019.
Wow, 40, that's nice.
State organizations. Sherwin Mina in either North Carolina or South Carolina. Sherwin's on the Legion shows, but he's an attorney and does a ton of advocacy for state organizations. So everyone should check out Fig Ramsey, follow him on Facebook, because he's got tons of advocacy posts that he shares from other people. And there's a website, vapinglinks.blog, which has a ton of information on all the studies that we've used over the years and news sites and medical information that's pro-vaping that people can use to share on their social media and when they need to talk to a representative and that kind of thing. So,
you know, I hate to say this and sound negative, and it's like you say 40 grand, and that's fantastic, and I'm not trying to hate on that at all, but 40 grand is like what one of these pharmaceutical companies pay for like a dinner for these guys.
Oh yeah,
like that's them taking them out to dinner. Like it's
I
it's
totally
the money.
agree.
It's not going to be able to be a money thing. It's going to have to be an embarrassment. They're going to have to be embarrassed.
Yep.
Somehow.
Boots on the ground. People worried about what may come out. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly. I mean that's what stopped. You know that like with the whole thing when you know the cigarette companies came out with the stuff, the emails and all that stuff. It's like we need a whistleblower. If we could just get a whistleblower or somebody to like really go in what's going on, but that's hard, man. It usually comes after the fact.
I mean, David Gorlitz is great.
He is. You know, David, I think he's sick, so I hope he's feeling better. I went to MVE to meet him, but he wasn't there. He's
fighting it like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But he was at NVE. It was an amazing advocacy panel at NVE. I really hope that movement will take off, because even though those trade shows don't reach a lot of people, they reach a lot of people in the community that have a big wingspan.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Mike, I think I cut you off. Do you know what question you were about to ask just now?
The link. Oh, yeah, the link. What was the link to the thing you were saying before? Chloe was asking.
It's vapinglinks.blog.
Vapingleaks.blog.
Vaping Links, LINKS.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Vapinglinks.blog. Yeah, you got that, love? Please go with all the links. Any information that you guys find that needs to be shared with me or through my pages, definitely send it right to the M.Terk net account on Instagram if you guys are on Instagram, okay. or directly to me, and then I forward it over to her, and we definitely get it shared on both of our pages.
I'll throw it in chat too.
I think she's already on it now, but for anything in the future, for sure.
It's because people ask quite often, where can we find some information to counter what we're seeing on the news and that kind of thing. And
absolutely,
even if it's all you're doing is your local news story, you know, your local news channel has a website and runs their articles. Even if you just go in the comments and counter that information, people see it. They need to know there's more than one side to the story.
But there's not a lot of ways that you can. I look at a lot of those articles. I don't see any ways that you can even comment, or am I just not seeing where you do that at? Like on the web, like you'll see an article and then there's no comment section at the bottom of it. Like, because I want to comment.
On the local news stations and like newspapers and stuff, they'll have a way to comment. As far as on the huge nationwide news outlets, I'm sure they repress as much stuff as they can.
Yeah, I don't think they want people commenting, quite frankly. Right. I mean, that's what my guess would be, because there's never anything there. Tracy says that history is dictated by the victor. Isn't that true? My God, it is. And, you know, but I do think that, I mean, it's a fight worth trying, because the way that I look at it is not so much for us, but for the future generations. You know what I mean? That are going to be coming up after us, and to try to do something for them, because if vaping does go away, people are just going to go back to smoking cigarettes. I mean, I'll be honest, they took vaping away tomorrow, I'd have a hard time not going back to cigarettes.
Oh, I'd probably go back.
I really would. And I've been vaping now for over 3 years, and it's still, you know.
I don't know what I would do, honestly. I don't know if I would go back or not.
I mean, I would fight it the best I could. But, I mean, maybe dipping. I don't know if I would do smokeless tobacco or something. But, I mean.
I don't think I'd stop vaping. I would find a way to get it. I don't think I would ever go back to smoking.
I think that's me, too.
Yeah, it would become black market, and I'll find a way to get what I need. There's no way I would ever. I don't think that I would ever go back to smoking.
You know, and I think, Mike, that we're in a position where we could probably do that. Being not so much who we are as much as knowing people who mix juice and build coils and things like that, and we could do it. But a lot of people can't.
A lot of people can't.
You know, like 99% of people can't, and that's the So for an average person, you just got so many people going back to smoking, man, and it's sad. It really is. Yeah, a lot of sites have cut off their comments. Absolutely.
I want. Is there a way to share someone's Facebook page easily?
You can post a link in the chat.
They're not working as hyperlinks in the chat?
Because she's not a I don't see. I have to make her an admin.
I don't think you're on. Are you on? You're probably on under my account. Yeah, I'm under my account. Pristine builds.
Oh, there you are, Mike. I see you. Okay, I got you. Hold on. All right, add moderator. Go ahead and try it now.
Try it now, hon.
I was having problems.
So, Mike, you want to talk a little bit about the RDA?
Yeah, we can talk about the RDA a little bit.
So, as I mentioned, this thing has not left. It has not left any device that I've had. Today was the first time I took it off because I got the Rebirth RTA and I'm testing it. But literally, I'm in love with this RDA, man. I am absolutely in love with it. How did it come about? How did you decide to make a second one?
Second one was the reason why I made the second one was because the version 1 wasn't 100% how I intended for it to be. It wasn't the exact same shape. Like I have pictures of the original sketches that I drew for the V1, but it kind of got distorted a little bit in the machining process, the manufacturing process. And I always wanted to have it this shape, and more so I wanted the plates to go up and down in it with the screws. That's kind of how I wanted the version 1 to be.
Yeah.
I felt as though the posts were a little bit tall in the version 1. That was another thing that was a manufacturing thing at the time. Everything was kind of just rushed with the whole August 8th thing that was going on. And I wanted the plates to be able to go up and down. I wanted to obviously have airflow control. I didn't know what airflow control I wanted back then. So with the version 2, I kind of made everything that I wanted the version 1 to kind of be. That's why it's so close in shape and functionality and all that. It's just got all the extra features that I feel like the version 1 was kind of missing.
There's a lot, you know what, everything that you did, it does feel like an improvement. And I like the V1 a lot. And this feels like it is an improvement on the V1 to me.
There was a couple cosmetic things on the V1, like it had the stainless little ring around the bottom. When you had, like, if you had a brass cap, it had a brass, and then it had a stainless ring around the base of it. The cap didn't go all the way down to the mod like this one does. There's a couple little touches and changes like that I made, but more so I wanted the plates to be able to go up and down. I wanted airflow control. I wanted the plates to be lower, or the post to be lower, and I wanted an 810 tip so that everybody can interchange. And then the 24 and 25 millimeter cap kind of came after the fact, like while I was in the process of making this. That's why I like to take time while I'm doing my projects, because if I get new ideas in the time that I'm waiting before I send it to market, I like to kind of include it. And the 24, 25 millimeter cap thing, I remember a lot of people were upset when the Rebels came out and they were just 25 millimeter cap, or when the Goons came out and they were just 24 millimeter, and then they eventually both made, you know, the opposite. Well, I don't think the original recoil was 24. Right? Yeah, the original recoil was 24.
Yeah.
The second one was 25 millimeter. But I remember people just being so upset about that, and it didn't really make a whole lot of sense, I mean, for people to be that mad about it. But I was just like, you know what, might as well just include both size caps in the thing. The 24 mil, I designed it around the 24 millimeter cap, and then the 25 millimeter cap just needed a little bit of extra on it.
And it's so important with, you know, I think I see this RDA as a dripper. Like, it's not a squonk. Like, to me, it's not a squonk. It's not a squonk.
I intended it to be more of a dripper. I included a squonk pin, like I've heard a couple reviewers say, just so that it makes people happy so that they can use it on both. I have used it on a squonk mod. I'm not a professional squonker. I don't know how it should be set up 100% to be a squonking RDA, but it's usable. I remember using it, and if I pushed the bottle, it would put the juice in the top of it, and it would suck to the wick. So
yeah, right.
You know, it worked in my eyes as far as squonking goes. But I tell everybody I'm not a squonker. You see all my squonk bottles, all my mods are missing squonk bottles, and none of them have the actual bottle inside of them. It's just an empty space.
Look at that nice SQ. There you go. Well, adding the 24 and 25 millimeter cap, I think, was brilliant, because it's like, if it's a dripper,
appeal to all the tube guys, because most of the tube mods out there.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So
man, it gives them you have nobody wants to be underhang or overhang on their mech.
No, or they want it to look nice and fat on their bigger box mod. They put the 25 millimeter cap on there, so it looks a little bit more stout, you know?
And I change mine out all the time, depending on what I'm using. I change it out all the time, man. I mean, I've used both of them about equally now. Yeah, I love that. And I mean, I think it like, because I think I like 24 and 25 millimeter RDAs first off above anything else, just because I think it's a little bit warmer of a draw. And it's a little bit, you know, and just with both of them on, it looks beautiful, man. And the machining on it you guys did was fantastic. Everything about it, man. Absolutely love it.
I run a lot of mechs now, and it's one of those things that I didn't give a lot of thought to until you did it. But the 24-25 versatility, I think, was just a genius idea.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like you should have both of them in the same box, because there's no reason why you can't use the same deck under both those two sizes that are so commonly used in the vaping world.
Exactly, and it just opens up more versatility. Because if you like the Terk V2, you know that when you're shopping for mods, you've got a 24 and a 25 top cap too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You'll have
As opposed to if you had two different RDAs, you buy one, it's going to fit what you buy it for, and then stick with that. So I like them both in the box.
Tips for the airflow? Centering the airflow. Centering the airflow is the thing that's difficult when obviously you have your airflow control built into the deck. The only way to really center your airflow on your coils is by not centering them. If you leave your coils in offset to the side and you have them stagger loaded where the legs are going like this into your posts, then you can leave them right where they are in place, and then you close your airflow on the side that's closest to your coils. That's the only tip that I can give people for centering airflow. It's not something that I really feel like matters too much to me personally with how I vape, so that's why I wasn't as concerned about it. I didn't want the airflow control to come down from the top of the RDA because I feel like it transfers a lot of the heat from side of the coils up to the mouthpiece, and that's what tends to make people's top caps get hot.
Yeah.
So it's got nothing to transfer the heat except for the barrel of the actual RDA, which is stainless steel, so it does pretty good with the heat. That's the reason why I wanted the airflow control to come from the bottom like that. But it poses that problem of not being able to center your airflow for the guys who like it.
Yeah, I stagger, and I run series builds sometimes in mine. I usually stagger both of them anyway, just because the clamps work so good that way.
I like it. I stagger load everything. The only thing I stagger load is when it's too narrow of a coil for me to stretch it around to stagger it.
Right.
But I stagger load and I center all my coils. So my coils are always in the center and my airflow is always off a little bit, and it doesn't seem to bother me much.
Yeah, I'm not waiting. I mean, it wasn't something that affected me. I got mine early on, so a lot of people asked that question to me, and I wouldn't change it, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't notice much of a difference between that or like a regular normal AFC on the top with it being centered on the coils. Whenever I would put my cap on, honestly, with the top airflow control, I would just throw the cap on wherever it would be close to the coils anyway. I never would actually sit and line it up. It takes too much time to do that. I'm always in a rush.
I'm not that particular, man. I'm just not that, like, I don't even think about it. Like, I know that if I want to cut down airflow, I move it a little bit. Maybe it may be off a little bit, but not really. It may not be hitting the dead center, but it's still, I mean, it's such a confined area. That air is going in there. When you pull it, it's going in there at it. So
more so because the airflow is below the coils. So the airflow is coming from the bottom of the coils and it's working your way up to the mouthpiece, which is how I feel like airflow should flow. That's why the coils kind of mount a little bit high in it. Like, it does not right next to the airflow like most people are used to having that airflow right next to their coils like that. The wells of the deck, I wanted them to be that high so that when you put your coils into it, which they kind of go in pretty level, you just pretty much push them over and you drop your screwdriver down until it rests on the well. And then you never worry about your height being off or wrong, because that's how I intended for it to be done. You just put it down until it hits the well wall and it's done.
Yep.
That's the question I was about to ask. Someone mentioned it in chat, and I think about asking you every time I rebuild mine, because that's what I do is I put my core rod through and I just put my screwdriver and bring it right to the wall. That's the way you build too.
It makes it so fast to load them. Yeah, for me, like when I'm loading them up for the website to send out the loaded RDAs, I have to load 100 of them at a time, 200 of them at a time, and I was able to get my time down to about 2 minutes and 15 seconds per RDA for me to load, glow, and cotton and put it back in the box, basically. So for me, I would just put the coils into it, stagger load them, tighten the leads down so that the leg spacing is all straight. Put the screwdriver in them, I slam them over into the center, and then I pull the screwdriver back a little bit so that I can rest the screwdriver nice and level on the well. Push it down with my thumb, and then I go off and do the other side, and it's just like it's a quick motion. It's just quick push down, and that's it. You're done. You move on to the next one. So you don't have to worry about setting your height so perfectly. You just put it down to as low as you could put it with the rod going across the whole deck.
Yeah.
I intended it for it to be, at least. I don't know. I just wanted to make it easy so that you can load them fast. Because I knew I was going to be loading tons of these things.
It's the easiest RDA to load coils in. It is. It's super easy, man. There's nothing obstruct putting them in. The deck is nice and wide, so you can leave your leads a little wide, a little long, and still get them in there and not be over. You just hold them together, screw them down, and done. The screws on it are nice and work nice and easy.
With the clamps,
I mean, it's fantastic.
Everything's custom made. The screws were custom made. Twist Message designed them screws for me, custom made. He actually sat and 3D those screws and plate whole thing up for me when he sent it out to them for them to manufacture it. Those are custom. Everything's made on that thing. Nothing's like a piece that you would buy and put into it. Basically, they machined it all.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
To me, the fact that with the clamps, the floating clamps are great, but the fact that they're captured where you only need one screw right there. And even if you don't stagger your coils, the clamps work perfect every time.
Perfect. That's why I made them so thick, because I knew people were going to put coils in the center like that, and then it was going to make that plate want to rock. But the thicker you make it, the more of a tolerance you can have, so you don't have to worry about your plates dragging a little bit, which I did have a little bit of an issue with that with some of the gold decks with tolerance with the plating on them. When people were loosening the screws up, or I even noticed more so myself when I was loading RDAs up, the plates were a little bit stickier coming up and down, but that was more so me being on the manufacturer's back. I wanted everything to be tight. I didn't want it to be sloppy loose, because I don't like the
Yeah.
No, it worked out perfect, because I put this in a bind. I actually ran this on my triple stack with some huge coils in it, and I haven't had any trouble with the coils coming back with the plates loosening up or anything when coils get hot. Nothing.
It's all stainless steel, so it's very, very strong.
It couldn't capture the wire any better than it does, in my opinion. And it's just got one screw, which is so nice. I hate the two screws on the goon and trying to get them perfect.
It's tricky. It's tricky for sure.
It is, because you got to go half one, then half the other, and screw it in. The other thing about it that's
what started clamps off, though. Honestly, was the goons. Like, without that RDA coming out with those plates going up and down, like, everybody was used to a terminal hole, post hole. Everybody was used to that, and then that RDA came out with those plates in it like that, and it was just like threw everybody off and was like, wow, now we can put big coils in this. We can put whatever we want in them. It's just a matter of there. From everybody just kind of innovates from one good idea. Everybody innovates from that and kind of branches off and keeps evolution going with it.
Yeah. Another thing is that I love is the look of it. I love how sleek and this. I love it. I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and that was Chloe that drew that.
Sleek black.
I have the original sketches. I have the original sketches that she drew for me before my version 1 was released. 16, 17, I don't remember what year it was released in. I have the original sketches, and they're the exact same profile as this new RDA.
Wow.
That was how I wanted it to be back then. And I had that different tip on it. I had that cone kind of tip in the version 1 where I had such mixed things about that. People either loved it or they hated it.
I like the tailpipe. I liked
it too. I liked it too, honestly.
I thought it looked slick as fuck.
It looked really, really cool. It was a really badass looking top. It definitely does with that slant to it. I want to get some of them made actually for the version 2, for the 25 millimeter at least.
You could
the 24,
do that,
yeah, I should do that.
And see, to me, like, I like both of them, honestly. I've always kind of liked tailpipes in the first place, but now the 810 just kind of makes sense. A few years ago, when you designed the RDA, nobody knew the 810 was going to take off like it has.
True. Yeah, that's very true. It probably would have had some proprietary tip in it if I ended up putting a tip in it back then. It would have been a one-off, a special kind of size for manufacturing.
Well, guess what? It is that time. We got some giveaways to do.
Nice.
Favorite part of the show for like probably everybody is the giveaways.
That's the reason I come.
Yeah, me too. That's the only reason I'm here is for the fucking giveaways. All right. So what we're gonna do today? We got I featured this week, Mike. I featured a gentleman by the name of Anarchy Coiled. So I'm giving away 3 sets of coils from him. I'm giving away a $25 gift certificate to a door, and then I think Charlie, do you have something going on today?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a giveaway. This one's just on me. A little giveaway for Advocacy. So you wanna do mine first?
Yeah, let's do yours. Yours sounds like the best one.
So you got to do a little work for mine. I hope it's for everybody. It may not be for everybody, but there's going to be rules. So I'm going to give away a M.Terk V2. You guys can pick the color as long as they've got the color in stock. Give me probably a week or so to get it out to you. If you win the giveaway, you're going to have to do a few things for me. You're going to have to tell me, go to the website, tell me who your state representatives and senators are for your region. This is U.S., but if somebody international wins and wants it, just pay shipping. So tell me who your senator and your representative are, and you're going to shoot them an email, not a pre-filled form letter, but just shoot them an email letting them know that you're a vapor and you care. And that's it. That's the 2 rules.
That's the 2 rules. So we'll do that next Friday. We'll have the giveaway after it's done this week.
I'm sharing it.
Sure, let's do it.
Did you want to do? Okay, so we'll wait till. So we'll have that one on next Friday, and I'll mention that during the week as well, so make sure everybody's doing it. So that's a fantastic. Can I do it too? Can I win the Terk V2 too? Can I enter? Am I allowed to enter?
Sure. It's actually already rigged for someone else, but you can put your name in it if you want.
Try.
I can unrig it. I just mute your mic and say my name.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so our first giveaway today, guys, we're going to do a $25 gift certificate to Adore ELiquid. Best ELiquid on earth. Right over here, right under Mike. Right over there in the advertisement. I need a number between 1 and 150. Go. My wife's upstairs screaming about something. Which, it's not screaming, Mike. She's Italian, so that's her what she considers talking.
She's telling you food's ready.
Probably.
Saying dinner.
No, we're going out to eat today. She made sure of that.
Maybe she's yelling at you to get going.
Probably. Well, oh yeah, if I'm not done by 6 o'clock, dude, she'll come running down here. And when she comes running down here, it's not good. It's not good at all. She
Oh man.
She's a trip, dude. Yeah, so I think we're having tacos tonight. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm a taco fan.
I love tacos myself.
27. Tommy says if he wins, he's giving it to you, Mike. You ever had a Adore ELiquid?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Dude, it's fantastic. It is unbelievable. She's amazing.
I shared it to my story, honey, the giveaway on Instagram. Yeah, I just took a little story real quick.
Okay.
It's awesome.
We want Veronica. Everybody loves Veronica. People like Veronica more than they like me. It's pretty much, yeah.
That's how I feel with Chloe, honestly, lately. I get no DMs in my DM box lately, and Chloe's getting all of them.
I said, yeah.
All day from DMs, and like I go in my DM box, and there's like 2 in there, and I'm like, oh, I guess they don't like me anymore. I guess they like Chloe better.
It happens. I've had people invite me to be on their show and just ask if I could bring Jennifer with me.
Yeah, right. It sucks, man. When you have an awesome person, awesome woman in your life, man, everybody likes them better. It's just the way it is.
That's okay. I don't blame them.
I don't either.
I like her better too.
Me too. Hell yeah. All right. Oh, and actually, Mike, I didn't show you this yet. Check me out. Now, I've made it into the big time. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
I'm big time.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't hear. What happened?
Look at this. I have my own Shytots ELiquid for Miss G.I. Jane.
You have your own flavor?
Well, my own flavor. Cat's whiskers, yeah.
What is it, dude?
It is it's fantastic. It's the best ELiquid you're ever gonna have. It's custard. It's an English custard. With a biscuit and a little bit of coconut in it. It's a very English flavor. It's fantastic. Can I send you one? Can I send you a couple of these?
Absolutely. Right. I'll try it. 6 milligram.
Just one. 6. I only have. Jane, can you take notes of that? Because I only have 0. 6 milligram for Mike. We're going to get you 0.
1610.
1610. Okay, we can do that.
Too.
Awesome, man. All right, let me pull this number real quick.
Go for it.
Now I'm getting really good feedback on it too. People like it. I mean, it's not,
I like custards.
It's not going on like major distribution, I don't think. It's just for like all of us. You know what I mean? Jane made it for all of us to have fun with.
I haven't tried any yet because he forgot about his co-host when he sent it all out to everyone. But the feedback's been amazing.
Yours is coming, dude. Yours will be there tomorrow. I just
the people he liked better, they say it's great.
Yeah, that's true. All right, first number is 24. Second number is 49. And the winning number is going to be 141. 141. All right, so let's go up top here.
That's a good way to do a giveaway. I never thought to do it like that.
Yeah.
Is it like a random number generator app you got there?
Yeah,
nice.
You just type in random number generator into Google, and it brings it up that format right there. You put in the number you want to go between.
That's sick, dude. You're like way more high tech than me.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Put it in like a coffee can or something, like ripped up papers. You know what I mean? I would have sat like an asshole trying to write out fucking little 500 little number sheets.
Guess how many coils was in the jar was pretty awesome.
Well, good, Chloe. Now you can do the same thing. Chloe said she did the coffee can method last time she did a giveaway.
I think we got, let's see, 125, Jesse Smith. I think Jesse Smith is our winner. Jesse Smith, 125. I got 124.
Yeah, if I'd have put a number in, I'd have been better than that.
Okay, Jesse Smith, you're the winner, man. Now, Jesse,
right.
What I need you to do is message me on Instagram, okay? It is BlackCat Whiteface on Instagram. Send me your information. I'll send you the coupon code, and you'll get $25 off at checkout on your door ELiquid. Perfect. Congratulations, dude. Door goes to Jesse. And if you don't have Instagram, I have an email address below. blackcatwhiteface1@gmail.com. Just send me an email, and I'll get the information to you. No problem. Congratulations. All right, the second giveaway is for 3 sets of coils from Anarchy Coiled. Now, the only way you can enter this one is if you reposted a pic from Anarchy Coiled. So, I need a number. This is only for people who reposted. If you did not repost, you cannot win. I need a number for those who reposted between 1 and 150. Go. Yeah, I was gonna tell you, I wasn't high tech. Like when I first started this, if you ever get a chance and you're bored, go watch like my first couple videos.
Yeah.
How awful. It was so, they're not great now, but dude, you want to see awfulness?
Because I think they look great now. Are you kidding me? Your background is awesome.
I appreciate it.
Clean in it. You almost look like you're just photoshopped in it. Like you're just perfectly moving and everything's smooth behind you.
Thank you. You know, it's the lighting, man. I was telling you before you came on. And you could almost see the reflection of your face in my forehead.
Yeah. Yeah, I can actually. Holy shit, dude. That's so cool.
It took him a bumpy road. It was a bumpy road to get there.
Yes. Dude, it was awful. I had like my first ones, like there was times I came on here, I was like purple. I couldn't get the coloring right. Oh my God. And I've done this. This is my 200 and God, what am I at? Almost 240. Almost 250 episodes. So yeah, so it took me that long.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot, dude.
It's a lot.
Is that all your shows combined?
All my shows? Yeah. So I've been on YouTube for about a year. Over a year now. And I've done almost over 300 hours of YouTube in a year.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
Fucking
really
stupid.
Set my game up. I haven't been on YouTube in I think over a couple of years.
Yeah, and you still have more subs than I do. What the fuck? You still have a bigger channel than me. No, but it's a lot, man. When I start thinking about how many I've done, it's like, it's kind of overwhelming. Like, holy shit, like this many. Yeah, every show's an hour. Whoops. All right, let's see.
Yeah, how to utilize my YouTube then. I didn't even know how many subscribers I have in there, honestly. I haven't checked in a long time.
I think you got it more than me. I only have 3,000. You've got like, I think you've got like maybe 20,000 or something. You got a big ass channel, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you have a big channel. I'll look it up. Hold on, let's look it up. Pristine Builds.
Chloe's looking it up too. I didn't know that. Honestly, I should be utilizing that. That's shame on me.
Oh, you're yeah. You got 12,000.
12, 13,000. Okay.
12 and in our game, in the vape game, 12,000 that's a big channel. That's a really That's
I thought it would be like up in the hundreds or something like that. I thought I was just like I thought I needed like 100,000 subscribers to be catching.
12,000 is pretty significant.
I mean, your alien tutorial.
I'm using that then.
Your alien tutorial has 160,000 views.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of views.
That's a lot of fucking views on an alien build tutorial.
Coil build.
That's ridiculous.
That was my original one. Is that my original one? I did 2 of them. I did a 4-core one and I did the 3-core one.
No, quad core you have 40,000. The alien you have 160. Pre-built install you have 134,000.
Cool. That got shared to a couple websites though. That's probably why I got like a bunch of views and stuff like that. They shared that so that people knew how to put my coils in basically on a bunch of websites.
Did they? Do you think they could share mine? You know how many videos my alien tutorial has, Mike? Has like 600. Like
install
650.
videos like that.
It's not 1,000, 650 total people. No, that's awesome, man. I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, you should use it, bro.
I should utilize it at least for this advocacy stuff. I do live streams and stuff like that and talk or even do stuff like what you're doing here.
I guarantee you'll get 500-600 people in there watching. You go live on it.
That would be sick.
Hell, I'll be there. I know that. All right, let me get the number here. So 150. So we're going. First number is 47. Second number is 80. And the third and final number is 87. Closest number without going over, 87. 86, Dustin Kendall. I see it right now already. 86, Dustin Kendall. Did anybody beat Dustin? Nope. Dustin, you're a winner, dude. Congratulations. Tracy got 88. Was one. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Yeah, 88. That's over. My bad. Okay, so it is Dustin.
87.
Yeah, 86 because he's under 87. All right.
We got Big Lou in the chat.
Big Lou?
Yeah.
Lou, what's going on, man?
What's up, Big Lou? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining, brother.
I missed Big Lou at NVE. I didn't realize that he was there, and I would have loved to meet him. So.
Hell yeah. Now, I heard Big Lou dwarfs Batman, is what I heard.
That's what I hear, man.
That
Pretty big. Batman's really big though, too. I mean, they're both really big dudes. You know what I mean? Batman's like, he's one of them dudes though, like comes up to you and he's like super, super nice, and like you're just looking at him like, man, this dude's fucking big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He works on them rigs down there.
Yeah, like, you know, it just like those guys, you know, their hands are like unbelievably strong. Like with the, anytime you think of that kind of work, like being able to, those pipes and shit, you had to be just unbelievably strong, man.
Yeah. He's such a nice guy too. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. New light. So Lou said, I'm getting new light and video gear so I can start recording. I'm doing the same thing. I just got new lights, Lou. I just got new lights. I'm working on getting a new camera. I was telling Mike before I came on. Working on getting a new camera. I've
been watching Big Lou for a long time.
Oh, I've watched every video that Big Lou's done.
Lou was one of the few way back when I got involved in the game. It was basically him, Phil, and Rip was who I watched.
Yeah.
And Grim.
Yep.
I've always been really bad with YouTube. I've never really watched much YouTube. I've always been really bad with it. I'm always just so sucked into Instagram, making sure I answer everybody that comes into the DMs. I always kind of neglected all the other outlets, basically, or even watching more so.
It's hard to do more than one, to commit to one, especially at your level on Instagram. It's hard to not focus on, because you're one of the few people.
In the beginning, I really did. I tried in the beginning to answer everybody's questions on those videos I posted on YouTube and all that, and like everybody's comments. But it just got to the point where I couldn't keep track of what I was answering, and the platforms were different. And I'm not very tech savvy with all these apps and anything to begin with, so it was just really hard for me. So I just kind of focused on Instagram, even Facebook. Facebook, I have piles and piles of messages in there, and I feel horrible. I can't answer any of them. So for the people that hit me up on those platforms, I never go into those boxes because it's so full.
You can't do it all. It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much just got to pick one of them like you did.
I'll tell you, Mike's one of the most responsive people out of the the big names in the industry.
Yeah, if you hit me up on Instagram, I'll definitely hit you back that day for sure. I go through my whole DM box every day. It's cleared and cleared.
That's fucking amazing.
It is. Absolutely, man. You're a huge credit to the industry, man. You really are. And you're down to earth. I mean, you're not like, you haven't let it get to you and like where you think you're like, it's really amazing, honestly, man. Shows what kind of character you have. It really does.
Well, without all the support of all the people out there, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So I feel like I need to answer them whenever they have a question or whenever they need help with something, or if they want to share something, or if they need something to be put up for advocacy or whatever. Like, I want to be open as much as I possibly can for everybody to send me information so that we can get the stuff out there,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'll tell you, man, I want to do more, anything that we can do or anything I can do to help support the advocacy stuff.
Oh, I'll let you know for sure. Don't worry.
We got it. We're a small little family here, but we got a lot of pretty resourceful people. So we'll do whatever we need to do, man, to help out. Well, I tell you what, we have just come up to the top of the hour. Mike, absolute pleasure. Anything you want to say before we take off?
Just do your part out there. If you guys follow us on Instagram, the M.Terk net account or my account, just follow along with our stories. If we're sending emails out there, send in your story. I've been telling everybody on Instagram, copy and paste your story somewhere in your phone where you can get to it, so you don't have to write it out every single time you see an email thing come through, because that's going to take up a lot of your time out there, and we're trying to make this easy for everybody. So put it somewhere in your phone so that when you see these email links, these swipe up links come through our stories, which is pretty much what our content's been lately. You can send your story in easily, and you can do your part in a matter of a minute or two rather than having to take the time to write stuff out. So.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Mike. Bye, Chloe.
Bye.
See ya.
Thanks.
I'll be messaging you right after the show.
Yeah. Thanks for the work in the chat too.
Charlie's, what's going on, man? What do you got going on this weekend, Charlie?
Oh man, I don't know. It's been a long week at work. I'm exhausted, so we'll see. But we got an awesome show next week on the Vape Hot Tub plan. So everybody come back and check us out. Definitely be following Mike. It's awesome what he's doing for advocacy. He's got quite a week.
I'm doing it for the industry. I'm not trying to do it specifically for advocacy. I'm doing it for the industry. I want these people to get on board with this. I'm trying to make a big wave, big splash, whatever, so that everybody feels like they're getting in at the right time, because I feel like nobody knows the right time to really get into it. They feel like it's so scattered, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure. So I'm glad you're doing it. I really appreciate it, Mike.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. So again, guys, thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. We just have an absolute blast doing this show. Special thanks to Mike. Love you, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
I'm happy you asked me to come on. I'm happy you allowed me to talk about advocacy. I was like, yes, absolutely. I'm trying to get on as much stuff as I can right now to get everybody fired up. So
you can pretty much talk about anything you want to talk about. Anytime you want to come on, be like, hey, I want to talk about this. Let me know, dude. You're welcome to come back anytime.
I very well may. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So this weekend, a couple real quick announcements before we get out of here. I'm going to be on the Rising Vapors tomorrow on Spring UGA, Spring Vaping UGA Girls channel, which we all know Spring from the chat and from the Blackcatfam. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I believe that is at 7 o'clock Eastern time on her channel. It's going to be a really, really good show. We're going to have a lot. They're planning on doing some mean things to me, so you definitely want to tune in for that. And Veronica may make an appearance tomorrow.
I'll tune in for that for sure.
Veronica may make an appearance tomorrow. We're talking about it, so make sure you're here for that. Tonight on the YouTubes, you have Fresh is on at 9, I believe. Vape Stew's on at 10 o'clock, 10:30. And you have Tommy Vapors on at 11. I'll see you in all the chats of those. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, fantastic night. Monday, we are back with a Vape at 5 with another featured builder. I didn't look who it is, but I will. You'll be very surprised when you see who it is on Monday. All right, guys. Have a fantastic night. We'll see you guys later.
See you guys.